whole life, my work is devoted toward helping people find their self-respect, their self-value. Why would I want to deprive my own son of that?
You never approved of anything I ever did you?
If you could control your hostility toward me, we could work out our differences.
Oh, my hostility. You were the one who called Kathy. I can't imagine anything more hostile than that.
I tried to straighten out the mess you got us all into. You, Jenny, Sam, Kathy, me, we were all deeply involved.
Look, you knew that I didn't have anything to do with killing Lana, so why didn't you come to me, huh?
I couldn't find you. I left messages all over town.
No. I think what you wanted is you wanted Ed Hall to find out. You wanted Kathy to get in touch with us, who'd come around and arrest me because you wanted to watch me sweat.
And that's nonsense, and you know it. Do you have any idea what you put your sister through? Do you know what it meant to have her lie for you?
You should talk. You were the one who would have cheerfully sent her to prison just so you could get at me, just so you could wreck my marriage.
You can't let it go, can you, Brad? You can't. Look, nothing is going to work out for you until you grow up and become responsible for the mistakes you make. Now, from now on, you get yourself out of the trouble that you get into. Do you understand? Do ya?
There stands a jukebox with the best of country music, old and new. You can hear your 5 selections for a quarter, and somebody else's songs when yours are through. I got good Kentucky whiskey on the counter, and my friends around to help me ease the pain. Till some button-pushing cowboy plays that love song, and here I am just missing you again. Please, mister, please, don't play me 17. It was our song, it was his song, but it's over. Please, mister, please, if you know what I mean, I don't ever want to hear that song again. If I had a dime for every time I held you, though you're far away, you're still so close to me. I could swear I'd be the richest girl in Nashville, maybe even in the state of Tennessee. But I guess I better get myself together, 'cause when you left, you didn't leave too much behind. Just a note that said I'm sorry by your picture, and a song that's weighing heavy on my mind. Please, mister, please, don't play me 17. It was our song, it was his song, but it's over. Please, mister, please, if you know what I mean, I don't ever want to hear that song again. I don't ever want to hear that song again.
Oh, Ethan, I thought you'd never asked me. Oh, Ethan, it's so romantic and so sad.
What is?
Well, Becky, giving her farewell performance, saying goodbye to all her fans and to her career.
Yeah, but she's getting married and going off to live in Europe. That's not a bad thing, if you ask me.
Oh, I know, no, it's not bad. It's just that, well, an artist needs to be appreciated. I mean, she needs this little moment of glory. You know, of course, that I was once a pearl of the Pacific, so I know. And Becky has a lot of fans and things around here
You've been matchmaking those two ever since they first met.
I know, Ethan. That's what makes it so romantic and so sad. Endings and beginnings.
You gotta promise to sing for me sometimes when we're married.
Who do you think I sing for now?
Oh, Vicky. Hey, you realize in a day and a half we're gonna making our way across the ocean to a brand new life?
Oh, gives me goosebumps whenever I think about it.
Goosebumps.
That's when something's just real wonderful scary.
Did you get your passport?
Yeah, I came today.
Oh, good. Can I see it? I want to see the photo. Mine is the pits. I bet yours is good, huh?
It's ugly. I left it home.
The luggage. Did you get the luggage?
Yeah. Oh, Richard, that stuff was so expensive. All this stuff must be costing you a fortune.
Oh, so what? Look, you can't go to Europe in a couple of shopping bags, huh? Look, Becky, we've got to go there with style, because when a guy gets a terrific glamorous job like that, and a new wife to boot,
Well,
I think we've got to have style, and we are going to Paris with style.
well, maybe I'll get used to it. I know I'm not used to spending that kind of money. I mean, I'm getting tired of spending money and going shopping.
Hey, pretty soon you'll be getting tired of me, too.
Oh, come on.
Oh, well, that's a load off my mind.
Best part about it is you. Everything else is just dumb stuff. You know what I dream sometimes?
Make it good.
I dream about making love to you in one of them fancy foreign hotels.
I like that idea.
Sometimes I think I must be dreaming, and I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna find out none of it's so.
Well, you're wide awake, so believe it.
Yeah, but just imagine. I mean, me, Rebecca Lee Hunt, hill kid from North Carolina, running off to Europe and living with a handsome, fascinating foreign correspondent.
Handsome, fascinating foreign correspondent. Oh, handsome anyway. You know what, babe?
What?
We're going to be incredibly happy together. We're going to show those Parisians what love's all about.
Thank you.
Boy, I'm beginning to feel sort of numb. Everything's happening so fast. Oh, we're sure going to miss you, Becky. Oh, I'm going to miss you, too. It's been almost like home being here.
Do you think y'all could send us a postcard from one of them big cities?
Oh, we sure will. You wait and see. I'm going to see you all before I go.
Okay. Y'all enjoy.
Thank you. I take a particular pleasure in making this toast to two wonderful people. To Becky and Richard, who represent the best of our American way of life. Coming from two different worlds, these two young people have discovered that love overcomes geography.
Oh, Edith, that's perfectly beautiful.
I'm not through, I know.
I'm sorry.
And we all wish them the best and Godspeed as they go from us to join their two lives together in a foreign country.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, now. Mr. Bottomley just delivered a lovely, very eloquent toast. And we thank you, Mr. Bottomley.
That was real nice, Mr. Bottomley. Thank you.
Mr. Jackson?
Yeah.
Please come in.
You here by yourself?
For the moment, yes. Please sit down.
I'm so glad you could come tonight.
Only reason I made the trip was to find out how come you knowed my name. Knowed how to find me.
I can understand your curiosity.
Another thing I'm curious about is how come you signed that there note of friend. I never laid eyes on you. What's your game?
I know you're married to Becky.
What else you know?
Is there something else I should know?
There ain't nothing about me or mine that's any of your business. Right now, you're doing all the talking. So talk.
Actually, I'm responsible for your being in Landview.
How you figure that?
Well, as it happens, I'm in love with the man your wife is involved with. So, since no one here knew anything about Becky's past, I decided to find out about her. I had my good friend Silas Henderson, who's the editor of your local newspaper, print that picture and that story that brought you here.
How you find out about me?
I didn't. Took a long shot, hoping that someone from Becky's past would turn up and come between Richard and her. And then I kept checking with the bartender at the Blue Ridge Club, seeing if any strangers had come asking for Becky.
Think you're smart, don't you?
Mr. Jackson, you've been in Landview a few days now. Why haven't you let Becky know you're here? Could it be because you're afraid she won't be interested in you anymore, now that she's got her singing career and is making money?
She is my wife. She'll do what I tell her. She ain't ever gonna get away from me.
But you didn't know where she was until that story was printed in the newspaper.
I got plans for me and Becky. In my own good time.
But your time is running out, Mr. Jackson.
How's that?
Becky and Richard are leaving for Europe the day after tomorrow.
Here you say.
Believe me.
They ain't going nowhere. You better tell that there Richard fella to keep his hands off him, Becky, 'cause I'll just as soon kill him as look at him.
Now listen. I helped you find Becky, right? Now you want Becky, and I want Richard unharmed. So I'll give you some money. Here's some on account. For you to get your wife away from Richard in the next 24 hours and keep her away until he gets on his plane for Europe. And if you come back tomorrow at 11, I'll give you some more. Just so Richard goes unharmed. Is it a deal?
Only give your money away, don't make me no never mind.
Is it a deal about Richard?
You pay up tomorrow morning, and we'll see. Let me tell you something. If you know what's good for you and that there Richard fella, you better keep your mouth shut about me being here.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Jackson.
I said we were. Yeah. Abbott sent flowers? Well, maybe I'm paying him too much, huh?
I hope it's going to be a nice party.
You couldn't throw a bad party if you tried, Mother.
Well, because I have you to help me.
Now, let's face it, we are an average couple.
Well, I think Richard and Becky are going to be exactly the same way. They're so happy that they don't even notice when other people are around.
My incurable romantic.
Is there another way to be?
Not that I know of, no.
I wish things would work out for Pat. Do you think that they're past the danger?
Oh, it's hard to say. The authorities seem to think that perhaps Cantrell and the woman have given up now that their leader's been killed. They're probably both trying to get out of the country.
Yeah, but nobody knows for sure. I mean, what does Paul think?
I don't know. But somewhere in the back of his mind, I'm sure he still has doubts. And he's, of course, concerned for Pat's safety.
And Tony has suddenly shown a great deal of concern for Pat. They're still very much in love.
Well, I can't hang around here all day. As you say, I have a newspaper to get out.
For one wild, wonderful moment, I thought you were going to stay home today and help me.
Sheer madness, my woman. I'm delighted to have an office to retreat to when this cleanup's going on around here.
Oh, really?
A little something from me to you.
Well, how sweet. Thank you, Richard.
You saw where I got it?
Yes, I did. Please don't be late.
I won't. Second thoughts. Maybe I should stay home today and we can fool around a lot.
Oh, no, you don't. If you stay home, there'll never be a party.
Okay, see you later. I love you.
Okay, Martha. Now the key is out of our hair. We have to get to work.
Oh, from the minute I opened my eyes this morning, I said to myself, Ina, look out. Something is going to happen today.
Oh, well, why do you think that you feel that way?
I don't know why, but I've got a feeling.
Well, maybe you're anxious about what's going to happen to Becky.
Huh? See, what did I tell you? It's probably starting already. Oh, yeah. Come in, Mrs. Lord.
Well, I hope it's not too much trouble for you. Hello, Dorian.
Oh, well, I have quite a few little things I can do in the kitchen.
Well, I thought I would just stop by on my way to the hospital and see how you are and if you had a pleasant evening last night. It was wonderful. I love the country and the food was delicious and the inn was charming.
Isn't that nice of Peter to try and cheer you up?
Oh, I think it's more than that. He enjoys being with me, Dorian. Melinda, I hope you're going to understand what I'm trying to say, but you really must take yourself out of this fantasy world that you're living in. I mean, if you don't do this, you will never be able to have a healthy and meaningful relationship with a man. Men are flesh and blood, believe me, I know that. And I know too. I am not as ignorant as you seem to think that I am. But you're really so innocent as far as men are concerned. Well, maybe that's not the worst thing to be. Peter seems to like me the way I am. He cares about me. I know that he does. I'm sure he does care about you right at this particular moment. But you know how it is with doctors. Their lives are very complicated, and they have to be dedicated. And Peter, after all, is a very brilliant doctor. He has a wonderful future ahead of him. He's a very ambitious young man. I'm sure he's not going to be content to stay with the children's ring for much longer. And then he's going to move on. And then where will that leave you? Oh, my sweet little dreamer. But don't you worry. Those of us who love you will stay around and help you out whenever you need us. But Melinda, you must try to find out for yourself what is real from what is unreal. Now, will you think about that for me? I better be going before I really am late. Take care and have a good day. Why can't I tell her that Peter and I are going to be married? Good morning, editor, sir.
You're up and at 'em early?
Oh, you know what they say about the early bird and all that.
Good morning, all.
Well, what do you know? It's our soon-to-be correspondent.
And soon-to-be bridegroom.
Guilty on both counts.
Sound very proud.
How proud is the sin?
Abbott, Viki got your flowers this morning. Very thoughtful of you.
Well, it was very thoughtful of you and Viki to throw that party for us.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
You're looking particularly bright and bushy-tailed this morning, Edwina.
I'm surprised you even noticed us humble toilers here.
Oh, did you hear that? Methinks someone covets my new job on foreign shores.
Richard.
But seriously, Edwina, what's that Cheshire grin all about? What's happening?
I'll never tell. No, it's just that I adore parties, and I think this one tonight is going to be spectacular.
Well, I don't know, but we'll do our best.
I can't wait.
Don't hover around here too long, huh?
Over. We haven't had really a chance to talk lately, have we? Yeah, well, I've been rotten company anyway, and there's no point in inflicting my moods on my friends. Yeah, but your best friends don't mind it, do they? Besides, I think we've seen each other through a number of things. That's true. You sometimes I don't know what I would have done without you. You always seem to be there. Sit down. Does Paul think it's safe for you here now? Well, he's trying to be reassuring, but the police are still guarding the house, so I know he's worried. Well, naturally. It's really kind of strange, almost frightening to be watched all the time. I guess I would feel the same way, but at the same time, thank God they're there. I worry about Paul, though. Pat. He was very well trained. He can take care of himself. I guess so. You know, it's interesting, but Paul being in danger really shocked me out of my state over Brian, didn't it? Sometimes it takes something like that to make us realize what we're doing to ourselves. Yeah, well, it also made me realize what I was doing to Paul, which was why I decided to come back and stand by him. You know, he's been very patient with me, and I felt that I should share this with him, and, well, I think that it brought us closer together. Tony has been very worried about you. Yes, I know. He came by the house the other night and he wanted to take me away. He's still so much in love with you. Why didn't he come to me after Brian died then? Oh, Pat, we both know the answer to that. He was angry. He thinks Brian died without knowing that he was his father. Pat, you care for Tony. Tell him the truth. Tell him Brian knew. I'm supposed to tell him that his son died because he found out the truth? It's going to be very painful for him, yes. But it's better that he know the truth. Brian is dead. And nothing can change that. But the two of you, you have your whole lives ahead of you. Except that I can't change the fact that I let Tony persuade me to tell Brian before I thought he was ready. If I hadn't told him, he might still be alive today. And so I sent my son to his death because I couldn't stand up to Tony. Now, how am I supposed to live with that? How am I supposed to know that I'm not going to turn around and start hating him for what he made me do? It's a gamble you have to take. But if you go on like this, you may lose something that's very precious. So take it one step at a time. And start by telling him the truth.
Listen, woman, do you realize that it's getting late?
Oh, I sure do.
Well, let's see. Let me see. I'll take you home. Then I'll go home and change. Then I'll come back and pick you up.
I don't think that's such a good idea, Richard. I mean, we're both going to be late, and I don't think that's polite.
You got a point there.
You know, it's going to take me a long time to get fixed up. Why don't you go on ahead, and I'll meet you there.
Give us a kiss.
So sweet.
Oh, you'll be desperate till you get there, you know that. Hey, wait a second.
Richard, I cross my heart and hope to die. I'll meet you at 6.
Don't you stand me up.
I won't.
Another the same? Nope. I got me some unfinished business that I aim to finish up tonight.
I hope everything comes out okay.
Oh, everything gonna be just fine. I'm gonna enjoy every minute of it, too.
Is that Becky? Becky! We're gonna be late! Hurry! Becky! Oh. Becky, we are going to be late. Well, you go on ahead. I've still got more to do on myself. You look lovely just the way you are. Will you just go on ahead and keep Richard happy? All right. I promise to hurry.
told me to come on ahead.
Well, at least we have one of you.
Yeah, well, she'll be here soon enough. A few minutes.
Dorian.
Oh, look at Dorian. Now the fireworks can start.
You want to talk on who she's going to spear first? Very few people know this. It's not general knowledge, but my success is due to my wife.
Thank you. Excuse me. Joe, I really hate to bring this up because it's such a party atmosphere, but I really need to have a serious discussion about the format of the banner. I would like to have that next week. I've got to get on it right away.
Dorian, you're right. It is a party. No business talk, huh?
No business. You're right. I'm sorry. Oh, there's Edwina. I think I'll talk to her. Excuse me, please.
Certainly.
Oh, no, that's terrible. Hello? Edwina? Richard?
Dorian?
Oh, I'm surprised you're by yourself. I thought for sure you'd have your new flame with you.
New flame? Is that what you've been beaming about all day? Your new flame, huh? Oh, boy. Is he coming?
No. No, he's much too shy for that. Hates parties. Oh, what a shame, because you love parties so much. Well, you can't have everything. Dorian, where's Peter? I thought after our conversation he'd be coming with you. Well, he had a previous commitment. You know how loyal he is. He would never dream of breaking it.
No, he's bringing Melinda. I saw him this afternoon.
See, that's exactly what I meant.
Well, what does that sweet tone of voice mean, Dorian?
You know, Richard, it's really going to be very restful to have an ocean between us.
Oh.
Now, where is your charming little country singer?
Oh, she'll be here soon. Don't worry.
Hello. Good to see you.
This is Hopkins and Mr. Bottomley now. She's with him.
Oh, how nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you.
Thank you.
How are you, Mr. Bottomley? How nice to see you.
Thank you.
Oh,
How are you? Hello,
what a lovely house. Real flowers and everything.
Where's Becky?
Oh, well, she wasn't quite ready, Richard, so she sent us ahead to pacify you. She promised she'd hurry.
She's supposed to be here by 6.
Is that impatient, nervous bridegroom? Look, you come with me. We'll drive and console you until she gets here.
Ah, she's fantastic.
The perfect den mother.
I hope Becky gets here. Richard is not very much at ease.
Don't worry, sweetheart. Abbott will be fine.
Okay.
Hi. No sooner did Dorian get in the door, she dropped a bomb.
I don't think I want to hear it.
Okay, a minute. She's going on again about changing the format of the banner. Wants to have a meeting next week.
Over my dead body. She has been getting away with absolute bloody murder recently. She's going to change that format over my dead body. I will fight her to the death.
That's my girl. You go get it.
Richard, I wrote to your mother the other day.
Well, what charming information did you impart to Mother?
Well, I told her how very pleased and proud we were that you would be representing the banner in Europe, and that I thought it was a wonderful opportunity for you, and that it would be nice for her to have her son near her again.
Well, Zurich and Paris are not exactly close. You're forgetting your geography.
Distances mean absolutely nothing in Europe, and you'll be traveling constantly.
Yeah, well, I don't plan on beating a path to Mother's door, you know. I do plan on spending as much time as I can with my wife.
Speaking of her, she seems to be late for her own party, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, she'll be here soon. She probably had trouble getting a cab or something. Excuse me a minute. Mr. Riley, can I use your phone, please?
By all means, Abbott. Right over there. Oh, Abbott, you know, there's a pretty good chance that Becky's come to her senses and realized what she's going to get as a husband. I bet she skipped town already. What?
I hate new shoes. Always have. Hurt. Everybody's at the party but me. Oh, Richard's gonna be fit to be tied, and I don't blame him.
No, I already verified that with the operator. And if Becky was almost ready when you left, she should be here by now.
True. Well, I have to admit it's a little hard to explain. Richard, maybe Becky is out walking around the block a couple of times to give herself courage to come in here.
No.
You know how shy she can be.
No. She was looking forward to this.
Okay, well, let's don't get excited now. Oh, I'm sure any minute she's going to walk through that door. Really.
I hope so.
Ain't you even going to say howdy, huh?
Ooh.
That's right. Your husband, remember?
What are you doing here?
I came to collect my little speckled bird, what's wandered too far away from her nest.
I'm not your speckled bird, and I never was.
Don't you mess with me, woman. Whatever made you think you could run out of Luke Jackson and get away with it? Look at you. Putting on the dog like you are somebody.
I am somebody.
No, you ain't. The play acting's over. You just play poor little old Becky Lee Jackson with Luke Jackson's wife and does and says what he tells her.
You're hurting me.
That ain't the half of it if you don't stay put. That there phone can ring itself off the wall and you ain't gonna touch it. There ain't nobody home here today. Nobody at all. I really admire your courage in wanting to tell Dorian by yourself. I do. But don't you think it might be a good idea for the two of us to tell her about our engagement together?
No, I definitely should tell her alone.
You're sure?
Yes, I am.
Okay. But I think that you should be wearing our engagement ring when you go to see her.
Why? I don't need a ring to prove to her that we're engaged.
I know you don't. But Dorian only believes what she sees. And if you're wearing my ring, she can't argue with that.
How can I be so lucky?
I think it's about time we did some house hunting, you know? I mean, you would rather live in a house than an apartment, wouldn't you?
Well, I guess so, but... Oh, gosh, I don't know. I just never really thought about it. I'd be happy with you anywhere. I mean, just as long as we were together.
Hey, I feel the same way about you. A house would be nice.
Well, listen, we've got plenty of time, and we don't need to rush into it.
Come on, it takes time to find exactly the right house. I mean, the one that was just meant for us. You ever thought about what you'd really like?
You know, I have never, ever even thought about having my own home.
Well, you're going to. And it's going to make you feel happy and secure.
I just can't imagine what it would be like.
Well, it's going to be wonderful. We'll eat dinner by candlelight every night, and we can sit by the fire. You would like a fireplace, right?
Oh, yeah.
Great. And you can play for me, or we could listen to music.
Peter, have you thought about what people will say when they find out we're engaged?
Yeah, I think they'll say, gee, I hope you're happy.
No. They might ask you if you know what you're getting yourself into. They might remind you that I had a breakdown, that I'm emotionally unstable.
Do you really think that I'm going to pay any attention to what other people say about you? I know you. They don't.
But you've had doubts before, Peter. I mean, just a while ago, you believed what Dorian said about me.
Ma'am, that's all in the past now.
But have you thought about if I ever had another breakdown?
Well, I've thought about it. It won't happen.
How can you be so sure?
Because there's a difference now. We're going to be married. You're going to have a home of your own. You're going to feel secure and happy. And you're going to know that you're really loved.
But what if I have anxieties or I get depressed?
Look, I want you to try and really get this. You're not in this alone anymore. I mean, if there are any problems, I'm going to be there for you. And we'll solve them together. Well, hello, you two.
Hi, Tony.
Oh, Tony. You're looking especially lovely tonight, Lynn.
Well, thank you.
Are you going to be going to the Riley? Yeah, Yeah, I guess I am. I'm just sorry that you've tied up my young lady.
Well, I'm sorry about that, except that she's becoming quite a star around here. I think that people stop in just incidentally to have dinner.
Well, I mean, can you blame them? I mean, nothing against your food, mind.
Oh, you've eaten here, have you? Well, I am sorry that you're going to miss the farewell party. You about ready to go?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, good. I'm going to go pick up Pamela Shepard, and I'll see you later.
Okay. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, well, I won't, but see you later.
Goodbye.
Nice little room you got here. Right nice. But don't you fret now, Becky. Ain't no way you're gonna get out this house.
He's always was.
We'll see. Here's me, now I got you treed. And hound dog, little old possum. Now, you done forgot about things like hound dogs and possums.
No, I ain't forgot. And I ain't forgot about polecats either. I'm looking at one.
You got yourself a mouth since you come up north. Just better get it. I'm gonna slap it on the other side of your face.
There's other people living in this house, Luke. They're all going to be coming home soon.
Ain't no law against a man being in his wife's bedroom. You've been pretending you ain't married, ain't you?
What the hell I wasn't.
Got yourself all prettied up. I reckon underneath you're still the same dumb Becky Lee. Come here, show me just how glad you are to see me.
You can't make me pretend to be glad.
Oh, but I sure can pretend, and I got me a lot of time to make up for it. You got yourself married to me right and dry, till death do us part. Oh, we're still very much alive. Now I aim to claim my rights of you, even if I have to beat you senseless to do it. And you know I will. Don't get yourself in a whole pack of trouble. You just go ahead. Yell your lungs out. He couldn't help you. Even if he had the strength to break in that door. Because the minute he come through it, he's a dead man.
I don't know anybody named Richard.
Don't you give me the lie, Becky. I know all about him. I've been watching you. I see you with him.
We're just friends.
In the big eye, your friend.
He's just one of the guys that comes to the Blue Ridge Club.
Oh. Well, appears like I'm gonna have to tame you like I did before. You ain't got too uppity to remember that taming, have you?
Something tells me you have some delicious plot up your sleeve. Sorry, not everyone has your proclivity for plots, nor for observations, I think. For example, I've been going over the past events of last night at your place, and I've come to the conclusion that it wasn't your new love interest that you were expecting. Oh, well then who was it? I don't know. But I do know that when a woman thinks she's about to have a romantic encounter, she puts her best face on, as well as her most alluring outfit. That's very clever, Dorian. Except you might remember that you were there most of the evening. And when I asked you to leave, it was just to do those good things in anticipation of my visitor, including slipping into something a little more alluring, as you put it. I wonder. Do you want to know what else I've observed? Can't imagine what. happen to have watched you all evening, and you don't seem to be taking this farewell party very seriously. It's not supposed to be taken seriously, Dorian. It's a celebration, isn't it? I mean, I don't think that you think it's a celebration at all. In fact, my intuition tells me you don't think Becky and Richard will be leaving Llanview together. You're letting your imagination run away with you. Am I? I don't think so. I think I know you very well. And if you really thought that this was a farewell party for Richard, you wouldn't have come. Why not? Because you can't take defeat any more than I can. And you wouldn't want anyone to notice how upset you would be over losing Richard. How absurd. Is it? Now, I think that you knew that Becky was going to be late. In fact, you may have even plotted for her not to come at all. What do you think of that? I think you've had too much to drink. If I am wrong, then why isn't Becky here now? How should I know? She probably thought she'd be outclassed here, his home in a room in the boarding house, sulking. Speaking of lost and found, look who just came in. And without Melinda. Now, did you arrange it so that she wouldn't be here? So that you could dazzle that ambitious Dr. Jansen? Now, whose imagination is running away with them? I wish I had. Well, look who's here. And you're not with the distinguished Dr. Vernon tonight, are you, Pamela?
Did you ever think about running a gossip column, Dorian?
Well, there's no need to. I'm so busy running the Banner.
Well, if you ever lose your job, perhaps you could become the next Rona Barrett of Llanview. Excuse me. Getting worried, Mrs. Hopkins. Hey, what could have happened?
I can't imagine, Richard.
Big hurry. The party will still be there.
Something wrong?
No, why?
Well, you seem a little uptight, that's why.
No, I'm just tired, that's all. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
I think I better go up and put on my best suit. I mean, if I want to squire around an elegant lady like you.
Oh, come on, don't be silly. You look fine. I just felt like getting dressed up, that's all. You know, I've been dragging myself around a little too much lately, and I'm just going to go out and I'm going to have a good time tonight.
Great.
What is bothering you? Do you think we're going to run into Tony or something? Is that it?
Look, I'm not going to program my life to avoid running into Tony. I mean, if he's there, so what? Just keep some space between us, that's all. I hope you will, too.
We really don't have to go if you don't want to.
No. We should go. Just to say goodbye to Richard and Becky.
Well, I'll tell you something. I still feel a little nervous leaving this house in the dark. I keep thinking about those terrorists and... Well, I just keep worrying that they're just waiting out there somewhere for you.
Look, that's ridiculous. Now, the danger is past. I don't want you worrying about it. It's all over now. You just have to act as if nothing ever happened.
Are you really sure you want to go?
Yeah, I'm positive. I think it'll do us both good to get out.
Hold on. You're still carrying your gun.
Look, it's just a precaution. There's nothing to worry about.
You don't think we're out of danger, do you?
That is nonsense. I told you there's nothing to worry about. Now, wearing this gun is just an agency order, that's all. Now, come on. I think we better go. Maybe we can beat the weather.
Right here.
I'm starving. Let's stop and get something to eat.
No. Too restless to eat. I want to get into Landview.
I don't know, Bonnie. I don't like the idea of wasting Kendall at home. I'd rather catch him on the street.
I don't care where we waste him as long as we do it. Can't be too soon for me. Get him tonight. We can get out of town while it's still dark.
I say it's too risky. We should check in a motel, get something to eat, and take Kendall out. Then we can make our move tomorrow or tomorrow night.
No! I want Kendall. And I want him tonight.
The other day, I was going through some of the old files at the Banner morgue, tidying up a bit, you know. Been meaning to do that for a long time, but, well, I never did get to it. And, you know, I could never understand, you know, we're going through these old files, and guess what I came across?
I haven't the faintest idea.
I found the first picture the Banner ever published of you, Mrs. Riley.
Oh, you never told me that.
Oh, I don't tell you everything, Ina. My age, sometimes I forget.
Oh.
I found this picture of you when you were 5 years old. You were seated on this little spotted pony, and your daddy, God rest his soul, was presenting you with the blue ribbon. You'd won first place in the pony class of the annual horse show.
Oh, I remember that. It was the first horse show I'd ever entered, and I was scared to death. But I somehow got through it without disgracing myself or the family. And we did win the blue ribbon, you're right. And then on the way back to the stables, Jiggles, he was the pony. He threw me right into a mud puddle.
Well, I tell you, your father was some proud-looking man presenting you with that blue ribbon.
Yes, I think he probably was.
Would you like me to send you the photo, Mrs. Riley?
I would love to have it. Can you do that?
It'd be my pleasure.
Vicky, could you join us for a moment, please?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Ethan, I am very worried about Becky, and Richard is as nervous as a cat.
You don't suppose she was in some kind of accident, do you?
I can't think what has happened. Oh, my goodness.
What is it?
Something could have happened to Becky. I mean, she's been very worried lately about something.
Well, what?
Can't tell you that. It's a secret. It's what you'd call classified.
Ina, are you being dramatic?
Just wish I were.
You're the most exasperating female I know.
Richard, you must be very worried, aren't you?
It's not like Becky. She's never late. Abbott, would you feel better if you ran over there to see what's going on?
Yeah, would you mind?
Not at all.
Of course not.
Okay, I'll be back as soon as I can.
Be careful. Richard, where are you running off to?
I'm going over to Mrs. Hopkins to see what happened to Becky.
Maybe she just didn't want to come.
Excuse me, Edwina.
Do I detect A naughty secret lurking behind that sweet little smile.
You touch me one more time, I'm going to scream loud enough to wake the dead. I don't scream so loud, the whole block's going to come running.
I don't think you will.
You try me. I got good lungs.
You got a bad memory, woman. There's still that little matter of my missing son, remember? Yeah, so you just shut your trap and pull in them claws. You ain't got no choices. And the police or me.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
Surely do. You know, I can even see the admiring look in your husband's eyes.
Ah, you noticed, huh?
Oh, you know, the reporters never miss a thing. Huh?
I'm awfully glad you two threw this party. We really needed to get out of that house again.
I don't see our guests of honor anywhere. Have we missed them? Well, Becky was delayed, so Richard went off to see what was keeping her. He must be very excited about going to Europe. Richard is really looking forward to it, and I think that even Becky's getting used to the idea, yes.
Abbott's going to be fine. He'll be along here with Becky anyway.
Would you care for a drink? That? No, thank you.
How about you, Paul?
I wouldn't say no.
Shoes. Scotch?
Yeah, fine.
Anything new on the terrorist thing?
Yeah, they're still at large, but they think they've crossed the border into Canada.
Does the agency think that's a realistic possibility?
More of an educated guess, but I sure hope they're right.
No, thanks.
That's a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
How long have you two known one another?
Quite a while. Look, what do you say we get out of here?
We just arrived. What's the hurry?
Well, I guess I'm just restless. No, that's a lie. I really don't like parties.
Well, then why do you go to them?
Well, I don't very often. It's just that this one's special. Viki is my sister, and Becky and Richard are friends.
You know, I never did see Becky. She's a little late for her own party, isn't she?
Well, I'm sure something came up, but Richard went to take care of it.
Well, I hope nothing's seriously wrong.
No, I'm sure everything's fine. What do you say we go?
Okay.
Hi, Lynn.
Well, it's good to see a familiar face. Thank you.
Gosh, it's slow tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it really slowed down after cocktail hour.
Well, where is everybody?
Oh, well, the Rileys are giving a farewell party to Becky and Richard at the carriage house.
Oh, that's nice. Did, Tony go? Did he go with anybody?
Yeah, he went with Peter.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I think they also picked up Pamela Shepherd.
Pam Shepherd?
Yeah. Is something wrong? She seems very nice.
Well, she's nice enough, but... Boy, that's weird.
Weird? How?
Well, don't you think that she's a little bit old for Tony?
Well, you know, I never really thought about it, but, no, she really doesn't seem too old.
It's just that she's been seeing a lot of my father.
Oh, I see. Well, you know, I think that it was just a casual, friendly date. Nothing more.
Why are you smiling? Well, it just occurred to me that if I'd said all this to Dorian, then she would have really made something of it, but... Well, you didn't. You're so different than Dorian. I don't know, you don't seem like sisters.
We're not.
What do you mean you're not like sisters, or you're not alike, period?
Well, I guess both.
Can I, come over there and sit with you?
Oh, yes. know, I used to think that Brad and I were just alike, like twins, you know, inseparable. I don't feel so much that we're that much alike anymore. Maybe it's because he's married. No, that's not it. He's different. But I can't explain why. I don't know. I just can't imagine growing up without Brad. But it's so nice that you feel that way. Lynn, were you close to Dorian when you were growing up? No, not really. Will you tell me about her? I mean, she really puzzles me. Well, she's all right in her own way. I mean, she was always different, and I was younger, so I never understood her. Do you understand her now? All too well in some ways. No, nobody else does. Oh, well, I think some people are beginning to. Well, what did you feel, though? How did you feel about her when you were growing up? Well, when I was a child, I used to pretend that I was an only child. And I really believed it when I played the piano. Because my mother and my father would come into the room, and they would sit quietly. And it was just the three of us. They must have really loved music a lot. Oh, yes. You know, we really understood each other. We didn't need words to communicate. It was almost as if the music bound us together in our own little private world. Dorian didn't like music? No, she liked music, but she didn't love it. Not the way that we did. She must have kind of not fit in, huh? Well, it wasn't that she didn't fit in. It was when she walked into the room, her presence just broke the spell. She must have felt very left out then. You know, maybe she did. Well, I would have. Then do you think that maybe that's why you don't get along so well now? Sam, you know, we've been through so much over the years, and, well, someday we might be friends. I just keep hoping that we will. I know exactly how you feel. I just keep hoping that Brad and I will stay friends. I don't know where you got the idea Richard was my boyfriend.
Becky, stop lying to me. I reckon you got that from him. I'll beat it out of you soon enough. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I know, so you'll know. And there ain't gonna be no need for all this denying. Now, I know that there's gonna be this big farewell party here tonight for you and that puny Richard fella. Because you's going overseas with him.
What?
And that's where you's headed when I caught you.
I don't know where you got that idea.
Oh, I got me connections, that's where. I don't hear no big denying now.
You always was jealous and mean. Got one of your mean spells on. I ain't even gonna bother to waste my breath trying to explain nothing.
Good thing, too. You listen to me, Miss Becky. You got yourself just about as close as you're ever gonna get to that there Paris, France. Because if you try to run away from me, I don't care how far you go, I'll hunt you down.
I don't know why you want me when I hate you.
'Cause you're my woman. Nobody takes nothing from Luke Jackson. Ain't no man ever gonna lay a hand on you again.
I don't know. There's just something about you, Sam. Well, you seem kind of unreachable. Well, much more sophisticated than the other girls I know.
Well, maybe that's because I've lived a lot.
and being the psychiatrist's daughter is very maturing.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. But I like that. I mean that. And the fact that you're a real looker.
You really think so?
Oh, yeah. But my problem is I can't figure you out.
Well, Terry, I guess that's just because you haven't lived enough. I mean, I just think that your life must be a bunch of blank pages, you know, untouched by life. But there's something kind of refreshing about those blank pages. Why don't you tell me about your life? Detect the gray edges of a downer?
Sorry.
How long have you been in love with Pat Kendall?
It showed.
Well, let's just say it was sort of like a Brahms symphony when the two of you looked at each other.
That's bad, huh?
Or that good, depending on how you look at it. I try not to make judgments about things like that.
No, what I meant was it really noticeable?
Yes.
Well, the awful part is that we can't seem to touch each other anymore. We had some good times, and we had some pain. But lately, we just don't seem to be able to get on the same wavelength.
It's funny, because you both seem to be trying to send each other a message.
Oh? What?
Love, hurt, confusion, a lot of things, but mostly love.
I don't know, we just can't seem to get back to where we were. Do you mind if I ask a question, Sam?
Feel free.
What do you find so interesting about Tony and that woman? Well, you've had your neck swiveled around like a giraffe ever since they came in.
I find them fascinating.
Fascinating? Well, they look like any other couple to me.
Wrong. The man is the most attractive man in Landview, and the woman is a psychiatrist. Now, don't you think that makes them fascinating?
No. Not especially.
All right, well, let me tell you this. The lady psychiatrist is currently my father's romantic interest.
You're kidding.
Do you think I would kid about my father?
Well, how do I know? I've never met anyone like you before.
Let me ask you this, Terry. How often is it that the girl gets an opportunity to observe a potential stepmother who's in competition with her for the man that she loves?
Hey, Sam. Well, you've been talking a lot. And I'm not always sure what you're talking about. Well, especially now. What do you mean?
Never mind. You wouldn't understand. I think we ought to go before everybody else comes home wants to know what happened to me.
You're with your husband, that's all. They're shifting busybodies up.
They don't know I'm married. They're my friends. If they think there's something wrong, they're going to call up Ed Hall.
Who's Ed Hall?
He's a police lieutenant. We all know him.
How'd you like me to tell this Mr. Ed Hall what I know about his friend Becky?
The point is, Luke, I just think it would be better if we go before they get home.
Well, my point is, I ain't in no hurry. I don't aim to be rushed. It's a right, nice-looking, comfortable little bed you got here. I aim to spend the night in it. With you. Becky, you here? Becky?
Peter, I've been trying to get to you all evening. Well, I was hoping that you would be able to come to Lanfair tonight for a late supper.
Oh, gee, Dorian, I'm sorry, but I just can't make it.
Please? It really is a very special occasion. You see, I have something for you.
Something for me?
Mm-hmm. You'll understand when you see it.
All right, look, if I come by, I can only stay a couple of minutes because I promised that I would pick Lynn up, and I will not be late.
Oh, no. No, of course not. Don't look now, but I think Samantha's watching us.
Samantha. Yeah, well, I think she's looking at everybody. She's a great kid, but I really think that she's just growing up too soon.
She's beginning to fascinate me. You know, I really get the distinct feeling that she's trying very hard to show off with that young man for our benefit.
Really? Yeah, she's trying one of her numbers. I think she's bucking for Miss Femme Fatale of the 1970s.
Open your eyes. Now, that Femme Fatale is no kid. She's a woman. And I think she knows exactly what she's doing.
Do you get the feeling that we're being studied by the good Dr. Shepard?
Hadn't noticed.
Well, do you suppose she's doing some sociological research on the mating of young adults?
Speak English, Sam.
I am speaking English. I mean, we're being watched.
So?
So? We're watching them. Isn't that fun?
Not particularly. But you're watching them. I'd much rather watch you. Now what you doing?
Well, her young man is obviously captivated by her charms. And I think Sam knows it. She must be testing her womanly appeal. Of course, it's all very safe with him because she's not in the least bit interested. Just a harmless little game trying to get some feedback on the messages she's sending out.
Messages?
Messages. And I think they're all meant for you. Yes. It's you she wants to attract, you know. And I think at the same time she's trying to figure out if there's anything going on between you and I. I'd say that Sam is a very busy young woman at the moment.
You know something? You are very remarkable.
I wonder what she's got that attracts the two most divine men I know. Guess I'll have to ask my father. I can definitely use all the advantages I could get.
What are you talking about anyway, Sam?
I'm preparing my battle plan.
Sweetheart, what do you suppose is keeping them?
I really don't know.
Do you think it's anything between them?
No, I don't think it's anything like that.
Well, I'll tell you, this is not turning out to be the celebration we had planned for.
No, it sure isn't.
I just hope nothing's wrong.
I think I'll go over to Becky's, see what's going on, okay? You can hold the fort while I'm gone, right?
I can try. Won't be easy with Edwina and Dorian in the same room.
I've all the faith in the world in you.
Becky, are you here? Just keep on a-coming, lover boy. Becky, keep a-coming. We're good and ready for you.
Put that away.
Shut up.
Please, put that gun away.
He comes through this door, he's a dead man.
Please, look, I'll go back to Carolina with you. I'll do anything you tell me the whole rest of my life.
You're gonna be doing that anyway. You ain't got no bargaining power, Becky. Becky, you in there? Answer me. Becky? big he-man boyfriend to the rescue, huh? More like some little puppy dog out there scratching and whining to get in. Is that your idea of a man, Becky Lee? It was a question, woman.
He's just a different kind of a man, Luke.
Yeah, I see. More like some little boy. If I thought you was in some room, I'd break that door down with my bare hands to find out. Must be he didn't love you very much if he'd give up so easy. How much you love here? Well, now don't go shrugging your shoulders like it don't mean nothing. You're scared to death I was going to have to hurt him.
That's right. There's no reason he should get hurt.
He was going to take you away from me. And that's reason enough.
He didn't know about you, Luke. So how could he know he was taking me away from you?
Oh. So I ain't the only man been lied to around here. You've been leading him on just the same way you used to do me, ain't ya? Yeah, you tell him you never leave him, Becky? Or tell him he didn't have nothing to worry about because you was never going to run away like you used to tell me? You're going to run over there to Europe on his money and then leave him too? You're going to take off on him, huh? No. Huh? And you was going to stay with him. Because he's your type of man now, eh? Well, now you tell me, Miss Becky, how's that type of man in bed?
Let go! I don't know!
You see, you ain't never been with him? You sure of that? Because if you had...
I haven't! Let go of me! Let go of me!
Because if you had, I just might have to kill you both. If I found out you've been lying to me, I might still do it.
The world's changed, Luke. You can't just go around killing people because you think they slept together.
I don't care about the world. I care about my world, protecting it. What there's left of it. I ain't got much honor left, you know. Everybody knows you ran out on me, laughing at me.
Nobody laughs at you. They know better.
Not to my face, they don't. Sure as hell have been behind my back. If Luke Jackson can't hang on to his woman. I knew I'd find you eventually. Just like I always promised. I don't care how far you run, I'd find you.
Yeah, well, you did, so what?
I want you to tell me something. Now, when you get over there to Europe, what was you going to do? You going to marry him just like I didn't exist? What then? You mean tell me you was going to live with him in sin like some whore?
Look, it doesn't matter anymore. You're here and I'm not going anywhere with anybody.
You're right about that.
Why don't you just stop talking about it? Finish packing.
Now, hold on. Just hold on here a minute. Just occurred to me. Ain't no real reason for us to leave this place. We might just could stay.
No! There would be a lot of questions and fights. I don't think that would be so good.
You still worried about that guy, ain't you?
Look, Luke, I think we'd better get home. I don't think there's any reason for us to stay here.
I ain't so sure about that.
But you got me. What do you want to stay up north for?
I don't know. I ain't got this thing all thought out yet. Maybe we will go back. Maybe we won't. But whether we go back or not, you just better get rid of that bossiness you got hold of since you come up here. I am the one who decides what happens, not you.
thought she was at a party with you.
No, have you seen her at all today? Have you talked to her?
No, why? Well, what's going on? Hey, how come you're not at your going away party?
At Hall, please?
At Hall, is Becky missing?
Hello, Ed. It's Richard Abbott.
Oh, hi, Richard. What's up?
Look, something is wrong. I can't find Becky. She was supposed to be at our party about 2 hours ago.
She's not at the boarding house?
No, I'm here now.
I checked her room, and it's locked. She doesn't answer.
She ever keep her door locked while she's inside the room?
No, I don't know.
You two have a fight today, Richard?
No, everything's fine. Nothing like that. We're very happy. Just she needed some time to get ready before the party, so I went ahead. She never showed up, Ed. I'm afraid something's happened to her.
Well, maybe she just couldn't face saying goodbye to everybody. Decided she couldn't take the party, huh?
No. She would have called.
All right, I'll tell you what. You stay where you are. I'll check out a few things and get back to you, okay?
Thanks, Ed. So the kid just disappeared, huh? Nice to see you, Betty. Can we go to the table and talk for a few minutes? Hey, well, Terry, would you mind if I borrow my sister for a little bit? She doesn't mind being borrowed.
But don't you go away, okay? I will definitely be back.
What can I get you?
Just coffee, please.
I'll have the same coffee. First, you stop yourself from going over to talk to Betty, and now you order coffee? Brad, is this really you?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to change, Sam. I promised Kathy and Jenny I would.
But overnight?
Yeah, well, look, it's not going to be easy, you know? I mean, I'd really love to have a drink right now. But I can't trust myself when I start drinking, so I'm just going to try and stay away from it altogether.
It's incredible.
Well, you can be even more incredulous. I actually made it to religious instruction today.
Wow. Hey, listen, if all this could happen, when Jenny goes off on a retreat, maybe she should never come back.
It scares me when she's gone. And, it's like this is the acid test, If I can make it on the straight and narrow, well, if she's away, I can certainly make it when she's home.
Where did she threaten you about your behavior?
No. It's just that my behavior threatens both of us. I mean, Jenny will only take so much, and I know that. After all, Kathy gave me a chance. I may never get another one.
You're finally starting to make some sense. Maybe the scare is exactly what you've needed.
Yeah, I guess. I thought it was all over. I really did, Sam. I hoped and I bluffed. But I really never believed that Kathy would let me go.
That's because you can't imagine that anyone would be compassionate.
Oh, come on, Sam, will you? I don't need any criticism. I'm feeling lonely and depressed and restless, and what I need is support, not criticism, all right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I really am. Look, I want you to change as much as you do. Hi. Mind if I join you?